Hi everybody, this is Dolly. Before he passed away, my daddy told me that the Imagination Library probably was the most important thing I'd ever done. Now I can't tell you how much that meant to me because I created the Imagination Library as a tribute to my daddy. He was the smartest man I've ever known, but I knew in my heart his inability to read probably kept him from seeing all his dreams come true. Inspiring kids to love to read became my mission. In the beginning, my hope was simply to inspire the children in my home county. But here we are today with a worldwide program that gives a book a month to over 1 million children.
So, the music legend, the queen of country, Dolly Parton, died earlier today at 80 years old. She lived an amazing life. She was not only a wonderful artist, but a wonderful person as well. Doing a lot of charity work, philanthropy, just a fantastic individual all around. And I've seen something really disgusting following the announcement of her death. It's Republicans like Donald Trump and the people around him and Republicans in the state of Tennessee trying to make it seem like Dolly Parton was aligned with them on the issues, that she agreed with them, and that couldn't be further from the truth. So I want to set the record straight. And let's just look at Donald Trump's statement because it's no problem here. He said, "Very sad to report that Dolly Parton, one of the greatest country singers and far beyond ever, has just passed away. This is a true loss for millions of people. There has never been anyone like her and never will. In her honor, I am lowering the American flag throughout the United States for a 1-week period, beginning tonight at 6 o'clock. P.M. Rest in peace. Dolly, the world loves you." So, I have no problem with this statement. I have no problem with him lowering the flag because that's wonderful. What I do have a problem with, however, is how Republicans have gone after the things that Dolly Parton cared about, and then Donald Trump is pretending that he was aligned with her, that he loved her, that he respected her. It just doesn't seem like that to me. For example, we all know about Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. Just an amazing feat of charity. A wonderful thing that she did during her life. She sent over 332 million free books to children under the age of 5 since it was first created 31 years ago. I mean, that is remarkable. I can't even conceptualize 332 million books. But that's what Dolly Parton did. Really, really amazing. But here's the thing. Missouri Republicans cut $4 million in funding for Dolly Parton's Imagination Library Literacy Program, which of course sent monthly books to kids under 5. They cut $4 million, a program that is meant to help kids read, learn, become smarter, become literate. They cut $4 million from, and they don't want you to talk about that. They don't want you to know about the money they cut from her programs following her death. They want to pretend like it was all sunshine and rainbows, that she was like a darling of the right. Couldn't be further from the truth. Couldn't be further from the truth. So, let's not forget this stuff. Let's not forget the $4 million they cut. You know, it's insane. Or what about this? In 2022, Dolly Parton donated $1 million of her own money right out of her pocket to fund pediatric infectious disease research. Again, just showing how amazing of a person she is. $1 million from her own pocket for children and medical research. But in 2025, Donald Trump cut $12 million in grants for pediatric medical research. And of course, Donald Trump didn't stop there. Not only did he do that, but he also cut funding for pediatric brain cancer research. There is this thing called the Pediatric Brain Tumor Consortium. It's a group of individuals, of scientists, who have been studying pediatric brain cancer for the past 30 years. It's a program the federal government has funded for 30 years. Democrats, Republicans, independents. Whoever's been in office, it has been funded. Donald Trump said, "No more funding. We're cutting it all." There were children in active clinical trials. There were children who were receiving care from this consortium, and Donald Trump cut all of it. Federal funding cuts to pediatric brain cancer research, taking away hope from families, completely contradicting what Dolly Parton did, what she stood for, what she did throughout her life. Or what about this? I have plenty of examples because this really pissed me off. I feel like it probably applies to you folks at home as well. But after her death, me seeing all these Republicans getting online pretending like they fought for what she fought for really annoyed the crap out of me. Here's another one. Dolly Parton donated $1 million to COVID-19 vaccine research in 2020 at Vanderbilt University, helping fund the Moderna vaccine, which many of us have. I think I might even have it. I'm not 100% sure, but this is what she did. That's a great thing. But then Donald Trump and his administration cut $500 million in funding for mRNA vaccine development. Now, these Mr. Nay vaccines are truly like a gift from God. And I'm not even religious. You know, these studies were for bird flu. For COVID, for the flu. Generally, for other diseases. And now we're seeing great success with mRNA vaccines in cancer. I mean, there was that announcement the other day with Moderna and Justa, really fantastic development. But Donald Trump cut $500 million in vaccine research and development. Disgusting. Once again. Completely at odds with what Dolly Parton did in her life. What about this? I mean, look, we've known how Republicans have treated members of the LGBTQ+ community for a very long time. They have not been, secret about how they feel about the issue and how they feel about the community. But Dolly Parton has been defending them for decades. Literally 10 years ago, she said, "I do not believe that we should criticize and judge other people. We're all God's children. We are who we are. I just think that we should be more loving, more caring. We are who we are. If you're gay, you're gay. If you're straight, you're straight. And you should be allowed to be who you are." Now, again, what are Republicans doing? What have Republicans done for the LGBTQ+ community? The answer is not much, because back in 2023, they introduced a record number of anti-LGBTQ bills in states around the country. All of these different Republican states targeting just gay people, generally or more specifically trans people, or gay people in schools. That's what they did. Something to keep in mind. Here's another one where Dolly Parton spoke on funding, education, and childhood. Literacy programs kind of in line with her library program. This is what Dolly Parton said.
Hi everybody, this is Dolly. Before he passed away, my daddy told me that the Imagination Library probably was the most important thing I'd ever done. Now I can't tell you how much that meant to me, because I created the Imagination Library as a tribute to my daddy. He was the smartest man I've ever known, but I knew in my heart his inability to read probably kept him from seeing all his dreams come true. Inspiring kids to love to read became my mission. In the beginning, my hope was simply to inspire the children in my home county. But here we are today with a worldwide program that gives a book a month to over 1 million children. Of course, I have not done this alone. The real heroes of our story was the thousands of local organizations who have embraced my dream and made it their own. They raise millions of dollars each year and wake up every day with a passion to make sure that their kids have every opportunity to succeed. It's been quite a journey, but we have so much more left to do. Now, I'd love for your community to join our family, so please take the time to explore our website. Let's share this dream that all children should grow up in a home full of books. The first step is always the hardest, but you will never know unless you try.
Ah, man, that makes me sad. Not because the message isn't great, but it's just like, what a real, authentic, caring, empathetic soul. You know what I mean? You can just tell. You can just tell. And her program will live on after her. That's the legacy of Dolly Parton, along with the other amazing things she's done. But that's a pretty great legacy. That's what Dolly Parton did. And of course, one last thing I gotta show you. What have Republicans done? Cut education funding across the country. Cut education funding for children. That's their legacy. That's Trump's legacy. How dare they? How dare they try to align themselves with somebody as amazing and as bright as Dolly Parton was? So, look, that just really pissed me off. And I wanted to talk about it with you. You can let me know what you think about it in the comments. Maybe I'm being too hard on Republicans. I certainly don't think so. I think we gotta call it out. We gotta call out the fakeness of them. You know what I mean? So, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe down below. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy. As I mentioned, Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are here. Have an amazing rest of your day, and we will talk soon.